Hello everybody, welcome to Daddy's Home Cooking, and today we are going to make the CopyCat Applebee's Crispy Orange Chicken Bowl. This is one of my favorite dishes when I go there to eat. I love it. I used to actually work there as a waitress, and that was one of the things I used to order quite a bit. We are going to start off with making our rice. We're going to cook our rice. I did add 1 cup of rice, and then I'm going to do 2 cups of water to get this rice going here. And then I'm just going to cook it on the stove and let it steam for a little bit. I'm also going to go ahead and start adding my making my crispy chicken nuggets so that I can add to my bowl. So what I'm doing right here is just adding in a little bit of the sauce for the to soak my chicken nuggets in, so that I can fry those up. And I did add a little bit of orange marmalade and 1 cup of water. And I'm also using cayenne and some onion powder. And I'm also going to use some minced garlic. Not too much garlic, just a little bit. And a little bit of garlic powder. And then I am also going to add some chili flakes. Yes, I do love hot and spicy mixtures. So I'm going to just mix this up really, really well. And once we get this all mixed up very well, we're going to go ahead and we'll start on our dry ingredients, and then we'll dice up the chickens and let them soak into this liquid that we just made here. So, and taste your sauce, make sure it tastes okay. Okay guys, we're going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. We're going to go ahead and mix that up really well. And once you get that all mixed up, we're going to go ahead and start on our dry ingredients. So now that it's mixed up, okay, we're going to add 2 cups of flour to this mixture. And then I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar to this. Actually, I think I do 2. Yeah, 2. Almost 2. Yeah. So once we get that powdered sugar added, we're going to go ahead and add some cornstarch. And then I add in my onion powder, and then we're going to add in some coarse cayenne, which I love the heat. You do not have to, add that cayenne, but I love it. I love the spices to that. Garlic powder, and then I'm going to mix that up really well. Once we get this mixed up really good, we're going to go ahead and add in a little bit of, I think it was salt that I used. In a second. Yep, sea salt. I just use a little bit because we did add soy to the wet ingredients, so I'm not going to add a whole lot. Okay, and just mix that up really well. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and chop up these chicken, and we're going to dice them and let them set in the wet ingredient, and you're just going to let it set there for a while you cook the sauce. So I'm just going to let these sit in here for about 30 minutes, and then we'll start dipping them into the dry ingredients. Okay, and now we're going to start on the orange glaze sauce. So right now I'm going to add in 1 cup of orange juice. And then I'm also going to do a half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, once we get that brown sugar, we're going to go ahead and add in our orange marmalade. I love orange marmalade. It's so good. Do about 3 tablespoons. I do add another tablespoon here, which is 3. And then we're going to also do soy sauce. So I add about 2.5 tablespoons of soy sauce. So we'll add that here in a second. Okay, once you get the soy sauce done, go ahead and add in some oil. I use canola oil, and I did about 1 tablespoon. I'm also going to add in a half a teaspoon of chili flakes because I like the spice, which you all know. You can skip that part if you don't want to add the hotness. I did also add in minced garlic. I used about a half a cup or half a teaspoon. And then I also did a fourth teaspoon of dried parsley, and I just added that into that. So I'm going to mix this up really, really well. And then what I'm going to do, so that once I get ready to boil this, I want to have my cornstarch added into this. So I am going to add some cornstarch to this. So I think it was 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. Now mix this up really, really good before we start boiling this. I want to break down all that powdered cornstarch into the sauce. So I'm going to just kind of really whisk this up really well. And then we'll get ready to pour it into a pan and put it on the stove and just let it boil and thicken up. Okay, so now that we got that all mixed up really well, we're going to go ahead and pour it into a saucepan. And then once you get that all into the saucepan, we're going to put it over onto the stove, and we're going to let that cook a little bit and let it start boiling. Now I do want to add my chicken that has been soaking for about 30 minutes into the flour so that we can get this started. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to dip these into the flour twice. So I'm going to coat them really quick here, just a light coat, and then I'm going to drop them back into the wet ingredients, and then we'll add it back to the flour. Okay, so now that I have them coated twice, this part right here, I like to squeeze the flour onto the chicken, make sure they're really, really coated with that flour. And so I just pack it together really good. So that's what I do. And then I'll just go ahead and deep fry these, and then I'll set them to the side until everything is completed. And I do apologize for the yelling in the background. That is my husband playing Warzone, so I do apologize about that. All right, so our sauce is boiling. It's starting to thicken up really good. I'm also going to now toast up. These are toasted almonds, or almonds, and also sesame seeds. So I've already toasted them. I'm going to put some here in the pan, and then I'm going to let it cook with the rice. So because we're going to make an almond rice, I'm putting some more in there. So those other ones you do want to. The ones that I've already toasted, I'm going to set those to the side because that's going to be for our topping at the end. So right now I'm toasting up some slivered almonds and some rice and a little bit of the olive oil that I've got here in a pan. And I'm just going to let that cook together and toast up and get nice and like a roasted taste with those almonds. So we're just going to let that cook a little bit. Okay, now that our rice is sauteing together with the almonds, we're going to go ahead and start on our vegetables. So we're going to add in some olive oil right here on this pan, and then we're going to add our vegetables. So that's going to be like your sliced or your shredded up carrots, your onions, your bell peppers, broccoli. You're going to add all this here, and we're going to saute that together. And so while we're sauteing these all together, we're going to add just a little bit of seasoning on top of these as well. So we'll get started with those. Okay guys, so I'm going to season up this vegetables with some sea salt. I'm going to add some red pepper flakes again, some garlic, some onion, a little bit of onion powder, and I'm going to let all this saute together, get a nice great flavor, and when they're done, we'll go ahead and prepare our bowl, our crispy orange chicken bowl that you get at Applebee's. I'm telling you guys, this is so amazing. I love this bowl. This is one of my favorites. And it tastes just like the Applebee's where I worked. So we're going to let these cook up. Now it is all finished. We can now start preparing. So go ahead and add your almond rice that you sauteed with the almonds. Yep, we got to get every bit of that there. We're going to go ahead and we'll start adding in our vegetables on top next. Okay, go ahead and start adding your vegetables all over the almond rice. And then once you get all these vegetables added to the rice, we're going to mix it all up together before we add any more toppings to this bowl. So just mix this all up together. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the vegetables, just like that. Okay, and then once you get all these mixed up, we will then prepare to add our crispy chicken nuggets that we made a little bit ago. So I'm going to add, just a second, I have to clean my counter. I do not like stuff on my counters. It really bothers me. I have OCD over it. So we're going to go ahead and add our crispy nuggets. So just put them all on top of there. Now, my family, they love the chicken. They love to see the crispy chicken in the bowl. And that's how it is with the orange crispy bowl that you get at Applebee's. They prepare it like this. Excuse me. Now, next we are going to be adding in our sauce on top of this. Alright guys, so now we're going to add our orange glaze sauce. We're going to just pour it all over your chicken and your rice and your vegetables. And this is what makes the most amazing dish ever right here, is this sauce. Okay, and then after you get that sauce all added on here, we are going to add those roasted almonds and sesame seed that we roasted earlier. I know I didn't get to show it, and I forgot to push start on my camera, so you didn't get to see that part, and I do apologize. Alright guys, we're going to add these the dry oriental noodles on top of your dish. And here is the end result. You guys have your orange crispy chicken bowl. That's from Applebee's. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Let me know what you think of this bowl, and you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for watching.